And welcome to the very first episode of the RUSHCAST. My name is Mitchell Bailey, and I'm sitting here alongside my host,
Jesse Huot. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first episode. This is the RUSHCAST. This is it, man.
Yeah.
We've had this kind of in the talks for a couple months now, and finally getting it going, man. It's nice to actually get this rolling.
Yeah, we're finally stepping up to the plate and actually making this a reality. And on the ones and twos behind the scenes there, you can't see his face, but you can hear his voice is...
What's going on, everybody? I'm Jerry B. I'll be your producer. I'll be your ghost voice. I'll be here to tell these boys when they mess up, and you'll get to hear it all.
Yeah,
that's going to be kind of interesting as you speak behind the camera, but we don't see your face.
it's gonna be kind of like
it's just kind of looking at us as we react to what you say.
I get to remain a mystery. That's the best part.
Not gonna lie, adds a little bit of a mystery factor.
We should put a picture of your face up on the screen here.
No.
We'll put a picture of my face, but I'm going to black it out and put a white question mark on the front of it so everybody gets to guess. You'll get the silhouette. That's all I can offer.
That's all.
Well, I just tagged you in my Instagram story, but I feel like your Instagram is private, so if you just follow me on Instagram, you could...
My Instagram is public at OGJerryB. If you guys want to come give me a follow. The most recent picture of me is from 2015.
I think it's actually 16. I looked.
It might be 16.
Because I remember looking at it and being like, I was up in Dartmouth at the time. I wonder if I ever passed Jerry at a Sobeys.
Mitchell just creeping our Instagrams, man. We didn't even know.
He has to stay up to date on his crew.
I don't blame him. I
needed to vet you guys to see if it was a good idea to do a podcast with you.
There was a lot of vetting to do on you. There's lots written up about you, so I went through,
in my
a little
past
bit of
life.
research. Yeah, Mitchell lived a whole past life before this, and it's kind of
It's
crazy.
almost as if I was alive before I met you guys.
That can be possible.
So
should we save the audience from the vetting process and maybe tell them a little bit about ourselves?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's going to be a good segue. How did we all meet?
So we all met at the radio, television, journalism program at NSCC. It's just kind of school. Me and Mitchell are in the journalism side of the course, and then Jerry, he's in the television production side of things.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah, who would have guessed? But we all kind of we met there, and within the first couple weeks, we I guess got a little bit of a group going, a little bit of a clique, I guess you could say.
I guess you could call it a clique.
Yeah,
we
you could call it a
up.
clique.
That's a great Adam Sandler movie as well. Probably my favorite.
Yeah, great movie.
Really sad at the end.
Yeah, sad ending. But that's kind of where it started, and we the joke that kind of started the whole Rushmore thing.
Yeah, I guess we should talk about that a little bit. So yeah, we're in a 2-year program at the NSCC Ivany campus in Dartmouth. I imagine maybe some of our classmates may watch this as it is the introductory episode. Maybe even a couple instructors who know. We got to be conscious of that fact. So shout out to the rest of the class. There's a 2-year program. Started in the fall of 2021 for us. We're in our last semester right now. We've talked about starting a podcast literally for the entire duration of the program up to this point. It's a new year, 2023, and we decided it's time to pull the trigger. But the name, the RUSHCAST, you may wonder, what the heck does that mean? Where did that originate from? So as I look at Jesse and Jerry in front of me right now, I see that they both, Jesse has this little device nearby, and then Jerry got it in the hand.
I'm not proud of it, but it's something we picked up.
They be vaping. So there's a spot, the smokers section, and the near the staff parking lot, oddly placed at the campus, is people would go out there, and we would go for a little stroll, and Jesse would have a vape, and Jerry would have a vape, and a couple other guys, and there was a couple
others in our group, and
there was one day we were out there, and everybody, because then there was me as well, and our boy Johnny K. We don't own any vapes, but sometimes we would engage in a couple puffs. I'm off the vape now, but anyway, but when all 4 of the people with that owned the vapes were there, that was Mount Rushmore. It was the literal vape Mount Rushmore.
We said it was
stuck.
We said it was the Rushmore of vaping, and it kind of stuck. Everyone kind of knows this around the class as Rush or whatever. They know what Rush means.
And if we go outside for a little breath of fresh air to that side of the school, and we're saying we're going to Rush.
Yep.
That's the original.
It just
kind
of stuck. It's a weird way to get a name, and it's kind of funny, but it's a good little inside joke. A good way to kind of get things rolling, you know, like get
Yeah.
a fun little name for ourselves, I guess.
Yeah, we don't advocate for the use and
Nope.
consumption of vape or vape
It's
products.
a mistake.
Strongly advocate against the use of vape and nicotine products in general.
Yeah.
They can definitely sponsor us if they'd like. We'll leave a little email in the description. We're open to all capitalism. So anyway, moving forward, yeah. So that's kind of how the name originated, and it kind of stuck. And I felt like we feel like that's the best way to kind of brand ourselves because. You know, maybe it gives us logo ideas as well. We do not have a logo yet as of the time of this recording. Maybe one will be created for the release of this episode. So who knows? We might look back on this and be like, that's why we didn't have a logo.
If anybody's interested in maybe making us a logo, maybe collaborating, getting a part of the RUSHCAST, being a part of Rushmore Media, feel inclined to give us an email. I'll put it up on the screen right now. It's mediarushmore@gmail.com. Give us an email. Give us ideas for guest suggestions. You can give us some graphic ideas you have, maybe some topics you want to hear us touch on, and we'll do our best to try to make everybody happy.
So let's get into like, you know, what this is really going to be about, like what the plan for the RUSHCAST really is, because you know we've talked about this for a while, and I think we have a good idea of, you know, what this show is really going to be now. It was kind of like the whole delay of starting it was finding out that focus, and I think it's interesting, you know. I think we'll have a good show for you guys, you know. Mitchell, if you want to explain a little more about what we're doing and like who we're gonna have on, just kind of ideas.
Yeah, we want to kind of we kind of want to create a platform to allow for longer form discussions between certain people that are in the community starting out here in Halifax, whether they're athletes, artists, maybe politicians, people that are politically active, maybe some content creators. Yeah. Small business owners, people that are doing stuff that's innovative and different in the community, and to kind of give them the platform to be able to talk more extensively about their ideas and what they're up to. And we kind of want to create like a very nuanced environment as well, and kind of give people the freedom to speak about what they're doing. And I think that it'll be a very guest-oriented podcast as we continue to move forward. But like for the premise of this, like, for the reasoning for this episode right now is to kind of just lay the groundwork and explain that mission statement. So like Jerry said, if people have any suggestions for guests and people that they would like to see come on the show, let us know, because that's kind of the purpose of this episode as well. So we're looking forward to getting people on, having chats, and you know, kind of filling that void that may not currently exist to this degree in the local area. And then hopefully we can use that as a way to expand beyond just interviewing people from Halifax and from Nova Scotia, and we'll see where it goes. But this is the beginning of an empire, brother.
Mm-hmm. And interesting enough, you know, like to talk a bit about our like education behind, you know, what we do with like journalism. I feel like that'll kind of help us out with, you know, getting those guests and getting those people that like people want to see. And I think we'll also like be able to kind of bring out topics that a lot of people don't really talk about in Halifax nowadays. You know, in journalism, we learned a little bit about, you know, video editing and that whole production side, but a big focus with journalism is interviewing as well. And, you know, I feel like we have the skills to kind of start to get that rolling and have good guests on that could really expand not only me and your knowledge, but, you know, the people watching. I feel like there's going to be something to learn with this podcast, which is a change up from like a lot of what you see. You know, I want this to be entertaining, but I also want there to be like a level of like education to it as well. I want people to like learn that like educating yourself is still kind of fun, even if you're doing it in such a kind of like comfortable.
Having fun ain't hard if you have a library card.
Exactly.
I think that's a good point. I mean, I would like for people to learn alongside us throughout the process of getting guests on of various backgrounds. And, you know, I by no means am an expert in, you know, any of the backgrounds of most of the people that we're probably going to have on, but that's the whole point of facilitating those discussions and learning and providing that valuable content for the people at home. So I'm excited because it gives us an opportunity to just learn more about the people in our community and, you know, use that as a way to kind of, like you mentioned as well, kind of sharpen the skills that we have been developing over the past year and a half in this program, whether it was, you know, interviewing skills, writing skills, video editing skills, shooting, technical stuff like the cameras and everything that we have set up here. I feel like between us three and the other people that maybe might help out a little bit that are in our crew as well as we move forward, We have a lot of different strengths that when we come together, we can produce something that I think should be very impressive. The final result, and we'll improve, and things. Location might change along the way, and the setup and everything. This is just the first episode, so just kind of wanted to give people a little taste of what's to come, and so I'm happy to have whoever's watching right now along for the journey.
Exactly. It'll really be interesting. It'll be a journey for everyone. Like this is something. A podcast is something I've wanted to start. Since I was in high school, and I've really wanted to have like a platform to just kind of like speak to people and like learn from them, because everyone's got a story. Everyone's got something you can learn from them. So I feel like this will be a good opportunity for not only us but also the viewers to like expand their minds and expand their knowledge on certain subjects that they may not feel like they're interested in.
What are some type of people that you would like to see? Maybe not names specifically, but people that are doing certain things. What are some type of like people in different what professions of what would you like to have on here?
So I'm pretty.
Jesus, that was hard to say.
No worries. I'm pretty like broad with like the topics I'd like to cover. There's a little bit in terms of I'd like to cover a lot of music. See people in the music industry, find out about that. And we're definitely also gonna have like people from like a political backgrounds and learn about like their political ideologies and learn about what they believe in and what they are advocating for, and that I think that'll be a good way for us to kind of like see different point of views. And I'd also like to talk a little bit with like some scientists, people who study different things, physics, chemistry, biology. Like Halifax has a huge marine system and everything like that. It would be interesting to talk to people about that and like just learn more about our city and about kind of like the world we live in as well.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting to kind of also, this is something I've been thinking about lately as well, just school related, but to speak with people that are involved in like the local comedy scene as well. And, we have the Yuck Yucks, comedy club, and I just see it, and I'm just like, I've always been an avid follower of a lot of comedians and listening to their podcasts regularly, and I just want to see who are these people locally that are doing this. Like at this moment of recording, have no idea, but even like people like also like international players and people that are on the part of like the Halifax Wanderers soccer team, and we were talking about the Halifax Thunderbirds earlier, and kind of just shining a light on a lot of interesting stories that might not be told as extensively yet.
There's a big growing sports scene in Halifax. I mean, Halifax has always had a decently big sports scene, but with the Thunderbirds, with the Wanderers, we got some new teams coming here, some new sports that a lot of people aren't super familiar with. So it'd be really nice to get some of those voices, some of those people in, maybe figure out what's going on with the sports scene in Halifax. I think that would be really fun. Even
classics like the Mooseheads, like the Mooseheads produces athletes like crazy, like you look at like Nathan McKinnon, started out in the Mooseheads.
Jordan Dumais.
Yeah, Jordan Dumais. Like there's a good amount of people who started out in the Mooseheads and like kind of gave a good face for Halifax and the hockey scene as well. Hockey's always been like very close to Halifax, so covering hockey would be very interesting. I think there's some good people around here that are very knowledgeable about the history of hockey as well, and like that's something that is very like home to our city. Yeah.
Anything else? We just wanted to do kind of like a brief introduction here. How far in are we as of right now?
We lost this camera. That one's probably still going.
Okay, well, we'll do a little wrap up here anyway, just to kind of bring everything together. I guess we're going to talk to this camera right here. Did that one just go out? Okay.
When did this one go?
At the same time.
Oh, damn.
Both lost at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Right. Well,
okay.
The purpose of this was just to make sure that, we're capable of doing this and getting it all set up. It's kind of like a trial episode, but this is more so just to kind of exist on the channel, I would think, as we have more guests on and we kind of pump out more interviews, people go back and kind of understand our mission statement a little bit better. But we would be open to hearing whatever guests people may suggest for us to have on. So wherever this ends up going, let us know. Comment below. Let us know who you would like to see us have on the show, an interview, tag them, etc., whatever. Share this video to them. Reach out. What's the email that we made again, Jerry? We'll put it on the screen.
You can find us at mediarushmore@gmail.com. That's MEDIA Rushmore@gmail.com. I'll have a link on the screen. And I'll also have a link down in the description too. So if you guys wanted to send an email right to that, I'll have a link to the website that we have under the works right now. It might not be up by the time this video goes out, but we'll have it there eventually.
Sweet. God bless. Check in the future.
Yeah.
Just subscribe.
Thank you guys for joining.
Yeah.
You know, it's our first episode, our first kind of run at this, and yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in and checking us out.
Subscribe if you want to see more from us. Drop a like to show us that you like the ideas we have. We'd love to see some feedback from you, and it would help us out a lot if you just dropped a like or subscribed. It's free, takes a second out of your day, and makes a day for us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for listening. Adios, and take care.
Peace out.
We love you.